Okay, I suppose it's slightly plausible Asuka might talk like that, but who am I kidding? He'd never say anything like that. Tommy was getting confused about the events that are happening right before his very eyes. Why? That seems pretty clear. The 5 warriors demorphed before him, showing him their human forms. Tommy was shocked that Keeper Angel was a child named Ko. Burai, Goro, Hoshino, Kyosuke Jinai, and Asuka showed themselves. Burai was shown as a ghost. "We will be waiting for you," said Burai. "I may meet you in the past or in the future. Be aware, Tommy. Your world will soon be in conflict like never before. There is a parallel world. Yours is the shadow of our world. You may soon have to give up your second power to somebody," said Ko, who was a child in his dream. I'm pretty sure he... Oh, never mind. I'm too angry to actually vent my point across. "My, I never realised I had a child counterpart," said Tommy. He was reminded of Justin Blake back then. "Take heed, Tommy. The conflict will soon start. I might be the first you'll meet from your 5 counterparts. Regardless, heroes of parallel worlds must help each other to defeat the teaming up of villains that's going to happen and not fight each other. You will take part in this conflict." As the 5 disappeared, a mysterious man in white wearing a cap appeared. He was Bamba Sokichi, the Super Sentai mascot, as he was a Power Rangers mascot. What? I think it would be much easier to say that Bamba Sokichi is to Super Sentai what Tommy Oliver is to Power Rangers. Both of them were alike, being the White Ranger and having replaced the Red Rangers of their respective shows as the leader for the rest of the season. "Tommy, as you know, your world and mine are somewhat correlated, and your world started to activate its superpowers in the year 1993 of this world. Ours in 1975, and we had a temporary peace by 1978. This era of temporary peace has come now," said Bamba. "How do you know who I am?" asked Tommy. "It's no coincidence," said Bamba. "Somehow we had known who you were, but not personally. I have been examining your reality for some time. Anyway, take care." Tommy Oliver was left with a lot of questions in his head as Bamba also disappeared. Aka Red was showed up after Bamba. "Who are you?" asked Tommy. "I am Aka Red, born from a dream of the Red Rangers for peace. Nothing like that ever happened in your world." Ooh, but I'm not sure what it's saying that the Red Rangers in the Power Rangers world never had a dream for peace. "Tommy, you have been chosen," said Aka Red. "Whoa, that's crazy. How did you know me, Aka Red?" said Tommy as he fell down. "Strange but real. This dream is a visit of a war you'll get involved in. The 5 warriors you met in Banba will guide you through to help protect your world. Right now, villains from your world have entered into another world that team up with forces more evil than the villains here," said Aka Red. "Yep, seems like it's pretty conjectural, because as you got guys like Deviot and Lord Arcanon who are more evil than Dark Merchant Biznella and Lord Chaos. But on the flip side, you've got guys like Exicus who are less evil than Seven Spear Sandal. "That's terrible," said Tommy. "That is why I must choose somebody to help hold my powers, and unfortunately your body isn't strong enough as I thought. I believe I am moving at the right direction. Soon he will appear in a red light. I will fuse with that man, and he will help me carry out tasks I wasn't able to do alone," said Aka Red. He woke up next day still preparing for another lecture. "What was last night all about?" said Tommy. "Your guess is as good as mine, mate." Takeru, Shiba and Mako, who were doing some research to prove the validity of the cliff aims they heard the last time they met the Jetmen in the restaurant. Again, that's a rather bizarre sentence. It would have made more sense to say Takeru and Mako were doing research to prove the validity of the claims they heard last night. "What the? This is pretty strange, Mako. Come and take a look. Looks like those guys weren't joking, but sad the public is the last to know," said Takeru Shiba. "And how have you found out if the public doesn't even know?" What's pretty strange? Are you reading from the news, Takeru?" asked Mako. Again, that means that the public are not the last to know. Just look at the Yahoo News headlines and CNN website. There have been massive attacks throughout Europe. Just yesterday, England, Ireland, Belgium and Luxembourg fell too fast. That is right after Germany fell a few days ago. Who could engineer a scheme that fast and quick? Normally such a scheme would take months and even years to complete. There's a question mark there for no real reason, said Takeru Shiba. Who could do such a thing? Well, maybe it's an entirely new enemy we have to deal with. You've just answered your own question. I do have to say this might be what the Jetman were talking about the other day at the restaurant. There's a superfluous at there. I'll let you pick out which one it was. I don't know, but black-suited grunts with machine guns did it. They were driving cars, tanks and shooting people. Last night, France fell too with the death of the Prime Minister done by assassins. Again, that's a rather clunky sentence. You said France fell with the death of their Prime Minister via assassination. I don't think we can tackle this individually. I hope Gensha got out safely, said Takeru Shiba. And the Jet men were speaking the truth. We must find them and join forces with them to stop this emerging evil, said Mako. Agreed, said Takeru Shiba. Just then, a distress call came from G. What's this? A distress call? We've got to go to the dojo area, said Takeru Shiba. Takeru Shiba and Mako both used their motorcycles to go to the dojo. At the dojo, the students were assaulted by greenams, the mucks from Jetman, but it doesn't say that here. G was trying to take care of them as he told the students to run away. I'm getting old, I can't fight that much, said G. Fortunately, Takeru Shiba and Mako came just in time. Mako, let's beat these guys even if it's just the two of us, said Takeru. One stroke, Imperial report. They turned into Shinken Red and Shinken Pink to beat the greenams. Shinken Red, Shiba Takeru. The same, Shinken Pink, Shirashi Mako, Samurai Sentai, Shinkenja. What kind of creatures are these, I wonder, said Mako. I don't know, it's nothing like we've encountered in combat, said Takeru Shiba. Lord Sama, I'm glad you arrived. If not, the students would have been dead, but I'm afraid some of them got injured, said G. Then he really did show up too late if some of them got injured. Even if nobody died, they were still injured. And let the Kurokos take them to a hospital. Fortunately, nobody got killed, but some of them may no longer be able to enroll in this dojo, said Takeru. Oh, now he drops the surname. And why won't they be able to enroll if they've already enrolled? It would be much more natural to say they'd be forced to drop out. I think we'd better look around the city. Those guys in black could just be anywhere, said Mako. Good suggestion, Mako, said Takeru Shiba. And it didn't last. Takeru Shiba and Mako are now searching the city for any more assaults. They noticed that black-skinned soldiers have been attacking people and some have been killed. And that's all one sentence, folks. They were carrying a mysterious emblem all throughout Japan, which is all seen in the news that has plagued Europe. This has just got to stop, said Mako angry while seeing the bodies of people lying around. Remnants of Gedo? Or maybe of Gaiak are now in charge? Or what if Braideran is back from the dead? I seriously don't know what to think of these new guys coming, said Mako. Why is that two separate paragraphs? It didn't need to be. Whatever they are, we will defeat them. If we get help from the other Sentai warriors, then so be it. Now it's time to get even, said Takeru Shiba. Both Takeru Shiba and Mako transformed to Shinken Red and Shinken Pink to batter the greenams. Just then there were also some robotic troops joining them called Aneroids. I don't know what series they're from, can somebody help me? This is getting ridiculous, Takeru, said Shinken Pink. We're biting more than we can chew, all these grunts coming at us. They could kill us, even a single one can if we're not careful. I agree with you, Mako. No more, no less than that. And I think there's a comma missing there, said Shinken Red, cutting off the rest of his Rekka Daizanto. That's spelt with a U on the end. They're robots, said Mako. What a piece of a fabled robot that the alienizers used and that the Deca Rangers frequently fought. Ah, so that's where they're from, and he does explain it this time. Maybe they were also involved in the takeover of France or whatever nation's got subdued. I highly doubt it, but I guess that it will be the case because plot demands it. Can't take my chance with that. I feel like the Deca Rangers will be coming to help us too, said Takeru Shiba. And, as if on cue, just as they were fighting against the troops, they got help from Deca Red and Deca Gold, respectively. The hate and human crimes, Deca Red. From the planet Leslie, Deca Gold, we're here to help you, said Deca Red, firing his pistols at the Greenams and Egaroids. Members of Special Police Deca Ranger, I can't believe it, said Shinken Red. I've heard about you, but I've never dreamt I'd meet you. No time for talk, the enemy must be defeated, said Deca Red. Deca Red used his hybrid magnum to clear out the area. That means he killed all the humans as well, but for some reason our character is still alive. Shinken Red and Shinken Pink joined forces together. What does that mean? We had to take care of both clowns, but I wonder what's really going on. Did the Sanzu River overflow so soon? Shinken Red, you will soon see, my young samurai. We are part of the United Super Sentai Alliance now. We must defeat the new enemy that has surfaced to take over the world like a plague, said Deca Red as he reverted back to Ban. Deca Gold reverted back to Marigold. Shinken Red and Shinken Pink did the same. Hi, I am Ban Akaza and this is my Marigold, my wife. We just got married this year, said Ban. That's probably one of the best moments in Miss Fic, which is sad, really. Oh, nice to... I'm Takeru Shiba and she is Mako, said Takeru Shiba. Oh, nice to meet you, said Mako with a smile. We don't have much time to waste. Do you really want to join the alliance now? Green Commander Ryu is waiting for you to join in, said Marigold, which is spelled as one word now, despite being in 2 words earlier. No wait, it's the other way around. It's 2 words now, it used to be 1. We have no choice. Looks like we need to group together with whatever this new evil is arising, said Takeru Shiba. First, I wish that my Samurai Spirit's Dojo will be part of it. To their surprise, Supreme Commander Ryu teleported down from the space station, causing them a shock. It looks like we didn't have to find you, said Takeru Shiba. When you finally made up your mind. And yes, I put your dojo in our care and yours. In the next few weeks, it'll be literally affiliated. As of right now, I can't explain much what has really happened until I get my mind back at all one piece of the stress I went through getting you people together. That's not a good sentence. It concerns me greatly that I believe an old enemy has returned, but I cannot fully explain as of now, said Supreme Commander Ryu. I can agree to join the organization under its rule to protect the world from an upcoming threat. Can't let any more nations collapse. Last night's news was horrible. We were even seeing children being gunned down, said Takeru Shiba. Me too, said Mako, but I wish we could find the other Shinkenjas soon. We really need all the help we can get to battle the force of evil. We will find them for you, said Supreme Commander Ryu. On the other hand, you two will be joining us in space, in a gigantic space station where we will prepare to crush the emerging organization once for all. Did he have to suggest that? Say in space in a gigantic space station, wouldn't one be enough? In an instant they were teleported and they could not believe they had entered into a big space station prepared by both Skyforce and Sargus. Somewhat a combination of the Animarium, Wild Forces base, and the Terra Venture, Lost Galaxies base. This is magnificent, said Mako. Honestly, this place is very much unbelievable. Just then, a dog-like creature of a man entered. His name was Doggy Kruger, and he spelt it the Power Rangers way of the K rather than the Super Sentai way of the C. Do not be surprised, said Doggy, who appeared before them. Why did he say he appeared before them? He literally just described him entering. First, the police Deca Ranger took part in creating this organization. So what are we here for? Asked Takeru Shiba. Oh, by the way, I did hear about you before, but never dreamt I'd see you, Doggy Kruger. Oh, it's an honor. It's an honor too, said Doggy. Me too, said Mako. I haven't seen aliens in person. Now you see one now, said Doggy. That's rather terrible. As you know, I was pretty hesitant to speak because in truth, it hurts me to tell you that an evil enemy known as Vyram has resurfaced, said Supreme Commander Ryu. Vyram? Asked Takeru. Weren't they destroyed already? I heard about them in the Sentai Chronicles, and back then I was still very young. It was supposedly done for 20 years ago, back when I was still a youthful, like you. But I think they got help from some other sources too. That various heroic alliance is beginning to form as I have planned to counter a new coming evil where I believe villains have escaped from DU, or what we know as the Netherworld. I don't remember being called DU anywhere. Any soul that enters there can no longer be redeemed even if they do come back to life. They are more evil when they return. In fact, I believe this man known as Radiguet is responsible behind the attacks, said Supreme Commander Ryu. Then we'll have to keep sending them back then, said Ban. Satoru Akashi and Sakura Nishihori, Bokenja's red and pink if you weren't aware, came to greet them. Hi, I'm Satoru and she's Sakura, said Satoru. He will take you around the base so you'll be familiar with this place. Oh hi, nice to meet you, said Sakura. Okay, that's another big problem with this fic, with mischaracterization. I've watched both Kenja all the way through recently, and Sakura would definitely not be very casual with anyone except maybe Akashi. Takeru, Shiba and Meiko were pretty impressed that it was a colony in itself. Just then, Gayuki and Ako Haya Sakayuki's son Joe appeared out of nowhere to cause mischief, and toy darts hit on Meiko. What? What's a child doing here? Asked Meiko. Ako is seen chasing her son. Joe, come back here, she said. Sorry, Mum, said Joyuki, but he was still holding to some of his feathered toy darts. They have to be feathered. Gayuki came in and said, Joe, we need a lot to talk about. Your mischief can't go on. Daddy was much like you before. He doesn't want you to repeat the same mistakes. And there's a scene break for no reason. Just then, a familiar face came in. It was Sosuke Esami, who was Go on Red for those unaware. Takeru, said Sosuke. Sosuke, said Takeru Shiba. I guess we're going to be a team again, aren't we? Said Takeru Shiba. That's 2 paragraphs said by Takeru. I hope so, said Sosuke. The other go-ons will be coming. Right now we're simply packing their things to board the ship. I'd like to meet them again in Hull, said Takeru Shiba. It was fun during our team up. Oh yeah, I'll meet with you all later. As of right now I'm going to get my team ready for battle, said Sosuke. I wonder if Alata will be joining us also, said Takeru Shiba, who remembered the kind deed of Alata of setting him free from the ghetto control. Okay, 1, that's not good grammar saying of Alata of setting him free. And 2, you literally said earlier that it was Kaoru who did that. Was it Kaoru or Alata? I know it was both in the movie, but you gotta give credit where credit is due. Ew, equal credit, in case anyone's confused about what I'm trying to say. At the control room in Supreme Commander Ryu's mind, there was the image of an old enemy in his mind. It was Radige, who had plagued him for so long. He was now seeing flashbacks of the scene of a crystal, him fighting side by side with the Bokenjas and a huge clash between them. The scene ends with a bang. Radige, you're a despicable rat. Maybe you did escape at that whole thing. But there's no doubt you're back in power, especially that Greenhams was seen taking over one country and Europe after the other, said Supreme Commander Ryu. Okay, that's pretty terrible grammar. He was suffering from a headache. His 15-year-old daughter Mikiko, who has never been referenced before, not even early in this fic, and his son Ken saw his headache. Kaori tried to help her husband. Ken, bring some ice back for your dad, said Kaori, worried about her husband's Supreme Commander Ryu. You don't have to say his rank in this personal monologue. Yes, Mother, said Ken Tendo. Dear, I guess creating this alliance with Chokan was perhaps the best thing we did. Oh, now he calls her Chokan. I'm afraid we can't fight as well as we used to, said Kaori. I agree with you, honey. Besides, knowing Radige and his return is a reality, he'll definitely get more allies soon, but I fear we may need an entire armada to wipe them out. Remembering the events of the wedding, Radige had assumed a much different appearance as an amnesiac thug who stabbed Gayuki. Gayuki faced death that day, but he was brought to life under mysterious circumstances. His friends never knew that he died at Rent, but the wound was still there. Then presumably they know he got injured at least. He was seen pondering on his death experience and remembering the scar on his belly. Radige, perhaps I return from the dead to kick your ass once more. If I have to die again, then so be it, said Gayuki. You can be seen with Masami at the table, who is also smoking. Something he does behind the scenes in here. Look, I know Masami, who is Boken Black, for those not in the know, was heavily based off Gayuki, but I doubt he would ever smoke. I mean, he does hang out with a child, and smoking is the last thing on your mind when you're looking after a child. Mom, Dad is smoking a cigarette again, said Joyuki, who threw a fake feather dart at his dad. Ako gets her frying pan? What? Where does she get a frying pan on a frigging space station? To hit her husband Gayuki. She's accompanied by Natsuki, who wanted to do the same to Masumi. What for? Said Gayuki, who was complaining about the pain on his head. Oh, so you're describing about to smack him and the aftermath, but not the actual event in question. I already told you many times, dear, that smoking has just got to quit. If battles or thugs don't kill you, your lungs will eventually give way, said Ako angrily. Or maybe your nagging will, said Gayuki. Maybe living through after that stab wasn't so good after all, said Gayuki. Natsuki appears to confiscate Masumi's cigarette too, much to his chagrin. She already appeared, you don't need to describe her doing it twice. Your feelings for her beyond the brother-sister care. That's not what the guy playing Masumi says. In fact, he wanted to marry her long after Sakura Nishihori rejected his feelings way back when she had accepted long ago. Dude, she's like 15 and he's like 25. What? Masumi, it's bad for you, said Natsuki in a silly manner, turning off the cigarette. And it can't be that bad for him if she can turn it off, and it's an e-cigarette, which is harmless to virtually everyone. Natsuki. Oh, whoever asked your opinion, Natsuki, said Masumi angrily. Natsuki pouted and took the rest of Masumi's cigarettes and threw them away into the empty vastness of space, and somehow avoided dying horribly while doing so. There goes those nasty sticks of doom, said Natsuki. Crud, this sucks, said Masumi. Okay, again, that's pretty out of character, considering Natsuki is probably the one character Masumi was consistently nice to back in Bokenja. Now back to Supreme Commander Ryu and his daughter Mikoko. Wasn't it Mikiko before? He was already bracing himself with a sign of battle. They had a private talk for now. To be honest, much panic is happening around the world. UN is even useless in this situation. Well, that implies they're useless in general, which I think Korea and Vietnam would say otherwise. In fact, I fear the most cruel enemy of my team is back. His name is Count Radiguet, an extremely cold and vicious monster, said Supreme Commander Ryu. He must be very vicious. I can't help but think what he will be able to do to the school, Dad. Mom, I wonder if I do have your birdonic waves knowing you both were Jetmen, said Mikiko. That's another really awkward sentence. Ken Tendo just returned with an ice pack. Kaori Rokumeikan Tendo administered the ice pack to her husband's head. Thanks, dear, you've done me a good favour. Honestly, I've been pretty stressed out lately. Writer's organic vegetables do wonders to my health, helping me cope up with my new job. Sometimes I do things I don't normally do, like drink Guy's favourite red wine with him when I get the chance. And said Supreme Commander Ryu. Don't get yourself stressed out, dear, said Carrie. However, I do worry about Ken and Joe beating each other up like you two and Guy used to back in your Jetman days. Or if they don't realise how big this conflict is. Don't only normally worry like that. I hope they get over it sooner. Ken can be such a pain in the ass like I was when I was little. I am concerned about them too if they ever get caught during a battle. I am really worried. I suspect that our new enemy may not be so new after all. But how subtle are they that nobody expected the downfall of so many European nations at one time? But we'll soon get an answer of who's responsible for the attacks. My wild guess that is, it is Radiguet, said Supreme Commander Ryu. I bet that is answer to everything. Oh, my dishwasher's not working. It must be Radiguet. Don't get yourself stressed out, dear, said Carrie. However, I do worry about Ken and Joe beating each other up like you two and Guy used to back in your Jetman days. Oh wait, no, I'm repeating myself. Sorry. Dad, I'll make sure Ken does his homework, said Mikiko. Oh, now he gets it right. Thanks, Mikiko, said Supreme Commander Ryu. Everybody in the new sky base has been assembled, ready to keep an eye on the activities that are about to take place. I know I said I'd read the third chapter, but this has already gone on for so long I'm stopping here until next time. Cheerio!